Like right now, what is it that you want? This is such an important question, but most of the time we have no idea what we want. But it's the way the body moves. If you want to have your dinner, if you want to go to bed, if you want to socialize, then that's how the body functions. As a want comes up and the body moves, or you listen to the outside and you follow somebody that tells you what to do. So you have a relationship where the other partner is very dominant, or maybe you have a guru and they just tell you what to do and you surrender to that, and then you just follow what they want. So finding out what you want seems to me like a super important ideal. So right now in this talk, what is it that you want? And I feel that the way that life works is that you're always going in the direction of what you want. And that might not be a conscious thing. You might not consciously know what you're going in the direction of, but underneath you might have particular wants and the body is moving towards that. So if you, on the unconscious level, want safety, then your day-to-day life will be moving towards that which is most safe. When you take the subway, when you visit friends, when you have conversations, everything will be guiding you towards more safety, so you don't create provocation with your friends, if that's the right word. You don't argue with what they say because you want safety. You don't take the underground when it's super busy because you want safety. You don't challenge people because you want safety. You're humble to other people because you want safety. So it seems like me, the investigation into what you want is an important investigation on the human level. I feel that the reason that we become so unbalanced as humans, and why we lose sense of our infinite nature, of freedom, of who we truly are, is because we get indoctrinated by our society of what we should want, of what we should be, of what we need to be. And then we, over time, lose our connection to who we truly are, to our natural wants, to our wants coming spontaneously out of no place, out of infinity. And we form a character, we form an identity, which is actually looking for the infinite. This identity is always looking for the infinite. The identity is based on trying to find home again. And it keeps looking in seeking. And its seeking is based on trying to move towards pleasure and avoid pain. And it kind of ends up confused, because on the surface level it's got this identity which has been told how it has to be, which believes it has to be something and is trying to seek to be that something that everybody else has always told them they have to be, whether it be a good person, a kind person, a helpful person, a clever person, a loving person, a sexy person, a beautiful person. And they're on the surface level seeking to be that because they believe that they'll feel more comfortable when they are that. And then unconsciously they have these other motives. And it kind of leaks out and it gets all confused. And we kind of getting lost in this fog of ourselves. We don't know what we want. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we're going. We make all these bizarre decisions. And we're constantly trying to map it out in our brain, but we can't map it out. We're just lost in constant confusion. So on the human level, the goal is to become more simple. And the way that person becomes more simple is by understanding itself on the feeling level, the body level, and on the intellectual level. And that's an investigation. And as it becomes more simple, the thinking mind will become less chaotic. And then there can be a remembering that who you are, who you truly are, is presence, is what's happening. Is this moment. And that this moment is everything you've ever looked for. The feeling of your bum on the seat, the sound of my voice, the hum of the computer. This moment, this instant. And this instant is all you ever have. Everything you think can be contradicted. Everything you feel can be contradicted. Everything else changes. Everything else can be confusing. But this moment is always here. And this moment has two aspects to it. It's this empty looking, this consciousness, this conscious recognition of everything, and this sense of I am, that you are. And these two qualities, although they're not really qualities, are always present. And in that, everything else comes and goes. They're always here. We believe that we go to moment. We're somebody inside this moment, inside this body, and we're moving to moments, and moments are individual things. So I'm going to get to the next moment. When I leave this room, I'm getting to the next moment. But actually, it's always the moment, and everything comes and goes in that. And the recognition of this, the remembering of this, is love. It's home. It's being connected back to the source. That's impossible to hear when the person's really chaotic, because when the person is really chaotic and obsessed with itself, all its emotions and feelings are out of balance and uncomfortable, and there's this tight energy of contraction. And it's always focused on itself and focused on future and past and trying to get to something. And this person believes in itself so much, it always believes it's going to arrive. I'm going to arrive. I'm one day going to be a kind person. I'm one day going to be an enlightened person. I'm one day going to be a peaceful person. I'm one day going to be a rich person. I'm one day going to be better than my friend. I'm one day going to impress my parents. And it believes that when it arrives, it can then stop seeking, it can then give up. And that moment will never come in time. You'll never do something that will complete you, because that completion will stay momentarily, but then another thing will come and it will pass. Completion is what is. It's here in every moment. The holy isn't found in the church, isn't found in a God out there or in a practice out there. The holy, what you're seeking for, is your essence. It's this empty looking and this I am. And this has to include everything. It includes all aspects of the human. You don't have to be perfect, although I do recommend that you have to, on the human level, settle down. Like if you're really, really suffering a lot and really in a lot of mental agony, and very negative thought patterns, then that's going to need to be explored to settle down, to calm down. Just like when you shake a bottle of champagne and when you open it, it's like, poof! If you're always in that moment of explosion, it's just got to settle to see that you are that calm water underneath. This message is so beautiful because it's saying you don't have to accomplish anything, buy anything, do anything, be anything to be that love that you long for. It's unconditional love because it's your nature. There is nothing you have to do to own it or get it. It's your birthright, it's your death right. And it's there even if you're an asshole, even if you argue, even if you're a convicted murderer. It's the nature of all things. It judges nothing. There's nothing you've done, there's nothing you could possibly do to get rid of your nature. Your nature is there. This is all inclusive, it's not exclusive.